Hello everyone. Lately I realized that I need to start sharing my knowledge, and my knowledge comes from variety of sources. My memories from my so-called previous life, not my previous life, basically the life that my DNA experienced, my physical DNA, and the life from my more like etheric DNA, which means that I have memories from other planets, other experiences in the universe. I remember the creation of this planet. I remember me in Andromeda Galaxy. I remember I see myself at the Council of Light. I see myself at the spaceship of the ancestors Pleiades, and it took me more than 47 years, you can say, to understand the visions that I see, why am I seeing them, and the conclusion I got is that I have this amazing gift that I can share with you, because this gift helped me to improve my life. My life is not perfect. I have my own struggles, and I have my own sadness, and I have challenges, and nothing is perfect. No perfect career, no perfect relationship, but this is part of being human. Being human is like a video game that you are getting all these challenges towards you. And if you have your toolbox developed enough, you can handle it. You have the tools to handle it in a way that you realize that you are the observer, and as the observer, you having the experience. You're not experiencing the experience. You're not the experience. You just experience the experience. So I want to start from the beginning, and to tell you a little bit what I know about life. So, from my memories, or the information that is on my, line of energy that I'm connected to, that we all are, by the way, we all connected to the same source. It just happened that I have more memories from other places that are less common, because it's part from what I came here to do. So life is everything, is a point of view, is different densities in different frequencies and dimension. It's different emotions, it's everything. But I will focus on my point of view, that life is point of view. Why? Because it's easier for me to understand how to approach life when I understand that life is just a point of view. Meaning, we have stuff going on, personally and collectively. It's pretty rough time now for everyone, even for people who have a lot of money, or even for people who are having the best partner relationship. Things are happening. And if not for you personally now, it happened before, or it will happen later, because it's like we are all going through the same wave. I like to call it the dark night of the soul. And the dark night of the soul is a wave that comes as a result from an upgrade that this planet is going through. And not only this planet, the whole universe. Everything is going through an upgrade. Why? Because the level of consciousness is rising. And when the level of consciousness is rising, it's like a wave, it affects everything. Why the level of consciousness is rising? Just because it's the part of evolution. It's the natural movement of life. Life is also a movement, okay? Because it's it moves in cycles, in circles. It's like every level of life moves in a different way, but it always a spiral, a circle, a cycle. It's round. Why it's round? Because basically the point of the beginning is the point of the end as well. Meaning, philosophically, or as I see it and remember it, I remember stuff from a very preliminary level. So my understanding is that it's cycle because it doesn't even start and it's not even end. Life never began and never ended. It's infinite. And the cycle means that it never happened. It's a momentary expression that's being manifested as an idea. And I know that these things are very philosophical and very abstract, so I want to put them in a more practical level. I will give my own point of view, okay? I never had easy. It was never easy for me. Not because it was never easy for me. My point of view was very, made my life complicated. Because I was always trying to be someone that I'm not. I was always trying to be, to do stuff to please others. No matter who it is, all my life I tried to please. So basically, most of my life I was not authentic. I was not true to myself. It's not about lying. It's about I was thinking that I'm not good enough. So if I'm not good enough, let's look at other people that seems to be good enough and try to copy them or try to be like them. Or what does it mean successful? Oh my God, I need to be successful. But I've never think about what does it mean to be successful from my own point of view. And it took me many, many, many years of struggles, of feeling failure, of feeling that I'm not enough, to understand really what am I doing here? What is life? And these days I'm implementing this knowledge. Now, I did hear many teachers and their own point of view, but eventually it pushed me to understand that I have my own point of view and I need to grab it with two hands and go extreme 100% with it. And it's a fact for me that I'm not from here. I never felt from here. I never felt home. And many people feel like me and many people can identify with it, but my feeling comes from the fact that my only memories as a human or as a person or as a species with consciousness are not from here. Yes, I had a vision that I was some kind of like an animal here millions of years ago. I had a vision of Earth is being created. I was at the moment of creation of planet Earth and the galaxy. I have a vision of me as a flower, but I've never been in a human body. And this is why sometimes, and it's not an excuse, of course, but sometimes it's hard for me to understand very simple things that, so I'm saying, oh, I'm dyslexic because I'm feeling so embarrassed that I cannot understand basic things. But it is what it is. So today, I'm still saying to people that I'm dyslexic because it's easier instead of explaining, oh yeah, I come here with the memories from life from Andromeda Galaxy, where I'm a priest of dark and light, and this is how I realize what is dark and light and how you should approach it, and what is alchemistry. I came here with the memories of me as a Pleiadian, from the Pleiades. I'm not from the Pleiades, in a spaceship, with a family in a spaceship. I have these memories, and I'm saying, maybe I'm inventing everything, but it comes in a way that I cannot ignore it, and I have to acknowledge it because it's literally made me sick in a certain point. And what do I have to lose? So you're gonna think I'm crazy. Okay, I'm not normal anyway. Who is normal, right? And then I have the memory or the vision or the knowledge, because it's not about thinking. I know that I am part of this thing you call Council of Light. And what is Council of Light? Thank you. Council of Light, it's easier to see it as like some people sitting in a court and making decisions, but Council of Light is just a name for a certain frequency that have a lot of roles in the creation, in the spiral of life. One of them is to remind everyone that we are basically light. This is, we all light in the source, not the source, but some of the close to the source. And if you look at the Council of Light from a point of view of like a movie, you can say it's a bunch of species that in each frequency look different. When I'm in the light frequency, we are just bulb of light. When I'm in a more density, we actually have a shape, like long head or blue, or each one has its own shape because the frequency is changing our potential, the possibility, the thing that we can be, because we're not really, right? Nothing happened, nothing really being created. So I have these three memories, the Andromeda, the spaceship Pleiades, and the Council of Light, very vivid. And it's not something I could have invented. And by the way, we are not inventing anything. Whatever we see, whatever we dream, whatever we get, it's not new. Nothing is new, because time doesn't exist. Everything was, is, and will be at the same time. So why am I telling you all of this? Just because first I need to tell it to someone. I need to start spreading my own memories and knowledge, because it might help one of you to get a different perspective about his or her life, and to start making the steps in order to improve it. Life here on earth is magical. Why it's magical? Because here on this hologram that we entered, we can experience so many things we cannot in different planets or different universes. We can experience density. I can touch myself, right? We can experience a vivid emotions. There are no anger in a very low density. In higher frequencies, meaning when there are a lot of light, there is you don't the anger that we feel here doesn't exist. And at the same time, the love that we experiencing here as physical doesn't exist in a very high frequency, low density. So it's an opportunity for all of us individual souls, because we are not really individuals, because we are part of a collective, because we come from a source of one, and we never really invented, we're not really here. But it's an experience that we chose to have. So I chose to come here at that time. I chose to come here, as most of you, at the moment where Earth is going through upgrade. And it's the first kind of this is the first kind of upgrade it's going through. It had a lot of upgrades, of course, because it didn't started like this. It started a little bit different. It was, it was not organized like this in the beginning. How Earth created? The way we are created. Because, you know, when we are being created in a woman's womb, it's the Big Bang. It's the same thing. It's a spark of electricity that when the egg and the sperm are meeting and it's happening, it's the Big Bang. There is a spark of electricity that creates a new life. The same way the galaxies are being created and the same way as Earth is being created. So I realized slowly that I'm so blessed to have this experience. Why am I wasting my time on hating or being angry or being frustrated or think I'm not enough? Oh my God, no, I don't want to do this anymore. Of course, I am doing it because from time to time there are waves that you cannot ignore and you cannot not acknowledge, because these waves are the waves that allowing us to grow. We are here to grow, because growing in a very low densities in the darkness, it's like a flower that is planted under a pile of rocks and it's able to flower outside of this pile of rocks. It finds a crack, it finds the light. This is what we are doing here. This is the same thing, because we come here, we forget who we are, we forget what is happening here. Most of the people doesn't even ask who we are, where are we coming from, which is fine. But people are just living their life without asking, hey, what's going on here? Why do I have to do this and this and this and this? And I was asking this question since I was young. I just couldn't stop, and I'm still researching. I still want to know many things. I still want to understand many things. And what I'm doing now is asking questions, and somehow most of the information is coming to me, but some of the information is not because I'm not ready. My frequency is not high enough to understand certain things, even though I have memories from different planets. Doesn't even matter. So what I'm doing today in order to help myself improve my life, first of all, is meditating, because I believe in silence as a key, because life, everything created from silence, from nothingness. So in order to somehow help myself grow, I need to go back to the source. The second thing that I'm doing is observing most of the time, and when I remember. When a complicated or something happened to me or to the people that I love, that it's not fun and it's not good in the human point of view, and it's negative, I'm feeling it too. I see it, and I'm not happy about it. But what I'm doing is taking myself out and saying, hey Shiri, you come here to experience something. So this something is not you. You are experiencing it. What did you learn until today that can help you manage, understand, approach the situation in a way that you can solve it? And if nothing comes, I'm trying to change point of view. What do you mean change point of view? Saying, okay, what can be worse? Or what is the worst thing that can happen if I will do this? Or maybe I will look at from the other side point of view, the other person's point of view. Or maybe I will look at this situation from the stars. And then all I see is light and dark and light and dark and light and dark. I don't see angriness or sadness or struggleness or feeling not enough. I just see light and dark, and I'm like, okay, let's put more light that I can actually see, understand better. What am I looking at? Because what is dark? Dark is place when there is no light, okay? Dark is a lot of light that is being kind of glued to each other and created this thing that you cannot see anything, because you don't see the light anymore, because the dense of the matter is so high. And at the same time, darkness created at the same moment when life created, because when life created, anti-life created, being was created. Why? Because without this tension between the light and the life, or the death, the light and the dark, there was no movement. Nothing. So nothing would have been illusionary created without the tension, without the forces that are trying to fight each other. But at the same time, if you are managing as an observer the forces from a place of understanding that you're just experiencing something, and the best you can do is to say thank you. It's a little bit cliche. It's not that I'm sitting and saying thank you all day, but being a little bit grateful for the experience allows the experience to be less crazy or less extreme in the perception. It's all a perception. It doesn't really happen. We never die. We always transform. And of course, if I will tomorrow have, God forbidden, gonna be sick, I will have to deal with that with these tools that I'm now telling you, and it's not easy. Because at the same time I can say, I hate life, and how come it happened to me, and I don't want that, but then I will have to remember this is not me. This is only an experience, and it came to teach me something. And this is where we are entering to the lessons. Life is full of lessons. So if something bad is happening, you say, okay, first of all, I brought it upon myself. Not because I'm a bad person or I'm useless, but because I made some choices that led these things to happen. So first of all, I need to understand that my choices have to be for construction and not destruction. How you do it? This is the preventive mode. You are meditating. Silence. When you are silent, and look how I'm moving between subjects so fast because this is how my brain works. When you silence, you're helping the nervous system to calm down. When you're helping the nervous system to calm down, automatically the body makes better decisions for itself. And this is the knowledge that I also learned from the knowledge of the Maharishi, which helped me to understand many things that I knew inside of myself, but I never understood practically. So there you go. This is a basic talk. I can probably go deeper, but I think it's enough. And I really hope that, first of all, if you have any questions, just ask, because the answers are coming through me faster today. Not today. And I hope it's gonna help most of you, if you listening to it, to understand that you can improve your life. Life can be magical with all the drama and all the tragic, and it's not fun, it's not easy, but we can improve life. We can help resolve the complications we've been created for thousands of years. This is the time. Thank you so much, and hope you enjoyed.